on the road on the final day of February. It's our final regular season game of the year. Pierre Governor girls coming to take on the Watertown Arrows as they had one of their most exciting performances of the season last night. It ended up as a loss to Sioux Falls Roosevelt, but boy, what a game. As the Pierre Governor girls look to put an exclamation point on this season, book their ticket to the dance, and obviously would be going on the road, but that's all they need is just a chance. And they've got a good opportunity here today, but it's going to be a tough one against a Watertown Arrows team that is playing some of their best basketball here on the outset of the season. We'll get to both schedules and how everything looks, but first, we've got 62 seconds left in our sophomore game. Feels like we're always going on air to start our Bank West pregame shows with a thrilling finish in the sophomore matchup. The Watertown Arrows sophomore team leading our Pierre Governor girls 47-46. Again, 1:02 to play. They're currently coming out of a timeout, so it's a great opportunity to thank all of our great sponsors for helping us broadcast the final regular season game of the year here on KGFX. Our friends at Bank West, Beck Motors, Dakota Storm Roofing, Superior Concrete, Live Ticket, Overhead Door, New Edge Advisors, Avera Orthopedics, Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota, Kruger Contracting, Century Business Products, the Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, Dakota Mart, TMA, First Dakota National Bank, May Adam Law Office, Edward Jones, Avera St. Mary's Hospital, Wegner Auto, Hag Ag, Xander Auto Parts, American Bank and Trust, Kathy Sun and Shine Properties, Oahe Federal Credit Union, the Ramkota Hotel and Conference Center, Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, Bauman Lumber, Tokyo Hibachi and Sushi, and Black Hills Federal Credit Union. Arrows with a 1-point lead here in the waning minutes of our sophomore game as they are on the offensive push, looking to get an extra insurance basket. Long two on the way, left short. Governors rebound, and now they've got a chance to potentially win this game here in the final 40 seconds. Governors will bring it across midcourt. They again trail by 1 point. There's about a 7-second difference in game clock and shot clock. So this is certainly not the last possession of this game, barring a shot and offensive rebound by the Governor girls. Emlyn Swanson going to take some contact to the face. And as we take a quick look, the Arrows are in the 5-foul area. So the Pierre Governor girls with the bonus will have free throws, and it will be Emlyn Swanson who made some big free throws last night towards the end of the sophomore matchup. Swanson's first shot on the way is up and good. So now she's got 3 points in the contest and ties the game up at 47. We'll see if she could hit what would potentially be the game-winning free throw. Doing her Molly Olson impression, shot is no good, and the rebound will be pulled in by the Arrows. 20 seconds to play. Watertown bringing it towards midcourt, trying to shake free of the defender, and we've got a whistle and a timeout. And this is going to be an interesting final 15 seconds here in the sophomore matchup, and what looks like it could be some extra play, which means we get an extended Bank West pregame show. A lot to talk about here with everything laying in front of us. Of course, let's visit last night's matchup while we have a little time here in this, well, let's call it an Agtegra timeout. It was a awesome game between two really good teams. The Pierre Governor girls came into last night's contest knowing that they would have to defend the big three of Sioux Falls Roosevelt. That was Callie Harris, that was Henley Loof, and you could say that Flores Delgado was part of that big three, as was Caitlin Dewan, and they did a fantastic job of taking away those three players. Now, Callie Harris fouled out early in the fourth quarter of that game. She played a majority of that second half with 4 fouls. That was going to be the big key because Callie Harris stood at 6'3" for the Rough Riders. They knew they were going to try to feed her inside. She only had 2 points in the first quarter, and they got her some early foul trouble. She settled in the second quarter nicely, scoring 6 points off 3 made buckets, and they continued to feed her inside. And it was a tough test for Molly Olson and mainly Mackenzie Flottmeyer, who are going to be the ones responsible for guarding Callie Harris in the paint, but they did so flawlessly. Now, the Pierre Governor girls lost 56-51. Emery Larson and her cast of seniors left it all on the floor in their final home game. We'll talk more about Larson's performance here in a moment, but the Arrows will be inbounding here at midcourt, hoping to pull out a late win. 15 seconds on the clock, tied at 47 apiece. They'll go into the backcourt, a near steal as the Arrows keep it alive, bringing it across midcourt. Peyton Mack inside, shot off the glass, good with 6 seconds to play. Govs will take a timeout. What a finish unfolding here, and that bucket was credited to Lauren Paulson for the Arrows. So a really solid finish there at the rim for Paulson as she gives the Arrows sophomore squad a 49 47 lead. 4.1 seconds remaining on the clock for the Govs to draw something great up here and get a look at either a game-tying or a game-winning bucket at the buzzer. But back to Larson's performance last night. She had 19 points, made a bunch of big threes throughout the game, 5 in total, 2 in the second half. And it's really hard to say second half. Those 2 threes came in about the final minute and a half of the fourth quarter when the Governors desperately needed them. Sioux Falls Roosevelt was able to create a bit of cushion, and Emery Larson said, hey, we got to knock down some big threes from outside the arc, and she did just that. She had hands in her face. They were way outside the line, but Larson, knowing the gravity of the moment, said, I need some of my best shots, and she got him. And this is after Emery Larson had been held quiet over the last couple contests. Defenses had been seeing what she'd been able to do from outside the arc, and she was really covered up. A lot of two-man traps on Larson throughout the kind of second half of the regular season, but Larson wouldn't be denied. She even took a shot that I think drew oohs and ahs from everybody in attendance. It was closer to midcourt than it was the actual three-point line, but that's the beauty of Emery Larson. She can jack it from just about anywhere on the floor. All right, back to sophomore action here as we bounce back and forth in our Bank West pregame show. 4.1 seconds for the Pierre Governor sophomore team to get a game-winning or game-tying bucket. They bring it across midcourt, feed it into Swanson, and the buzzer will sound as the Governor girls sophomore team unable to get a shot off in the final seconds of this game, and they fall 49-47. Varsity girls will try to change that trend here in the upcoming 15 minutes as they get set to take the floor. It's the final regular season game of the year for both sides, and then it is sit and wait time. Now, as we take a quick look at the standings before we take our first break, Governor girls sitting steady in that spot at 15 in the Class AA standings. That's where they were last night. Of course, a win would have done some pretty good things in terms of numbers. Not sure if they would have been able to jump Roosevelt with the seed points they would have gotten from a win. Roosevelt sitting at 14, Pierre Governor sitting at 15 before last night's contest. It sits the exact same. Now, Watertown is in a tie at 17 with Brookings, both teams sitting at 3 and 16 on the year. So not sure if they can get enough seed points into that top 16 with a win here today, but the only way they'll know that for certain is if they get a win. Everything sitting in front of both of these two teams going to be a fun matchup today. We'll take our first break as the Pierre Governor girls take the floor here on KGFX. We're also streaming live today on drgnews.com.
There when you need them the most. Bank West Insurance agents Sam Kennecke and Angie Taylor are here to make your life easier.
As an independent agency, we're able to customize an insurance plan to fit your individual needs.
We work with dozens of companies to find you the best possible coverage and the best price.
For your insurance needs, contact Sam or Angie at Bank West Insurance in Pierre. Bank West, convenient, connected, committed. Insurance products are not deposits, not FDIC insured, not insured by any federal agency, not guaranteed by any bank, and may go down in value.
There's an app for everything, including high school sports from the stations of DRG Media Group. Download the DRG News app from the App Store or Google Play. It takes only a moment, so you'll have it in time for this game. See live and archive video of all games. And when you select your favorite station during the live stream, the video will immediately pop up. See Central South Dakota high school sports on your phone or mobile device with the DRG News app. Download it now from the App Store or Google Play.
Chances are you're overlooking a big energy thief in your home or commercial building, the garage doors. But Overhead Door Company of Pierre can help stop that energy waste with a full range of insulated, weather-tight garage doors. Their residential garage doors can give you insulated performance at an uninsulated price. And their Thermocore insulated steel doors give commercial buildings the energy efficiency they demand today. Find out more. Call Overhead Door Company of Pierre at 1-800-649-9905 and put a stop to the garage door energy thief.
I'm Scott Nye. As a coach for the Pierre Governors, I know a winning game plan is crucial. When it comes to your finances, you deserve one too. At New Edge Advisors, our name is new, but our commitment to you isn't. We're the same trusted team you've known, and we've expanded our playbook of resources to help you plan for retirement, manage investments, and protect your future. Let's build the strategy that gets your financial future into the end zone.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC. Advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors LLC is a separate entity from LPL Financial.
Do you love watching high school sports but find yourself wanting to be more involved? LiveTicket.tv has the solution for you. They're looking for production managers to assist for this school year. Duties include the management of equipment as well as basic technological understanding. But don't stress, paid training will be provided. Part-time wages starting at $20 per hour. Call 833-605-LIVE, extension 2. That's 833-605-5483, extension 2. And punch your ticket to joining one of the fastest growing companies in South Dakota.
At American Family Insurance, we help protect what you've achieved so you can fearlessly go after your dreams. For auto, home, business, and life, contact us today. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance, Life Mutual, Standard of Ohio and Wisconsin Company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin, 53783.
Call the Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, LLC, with offices in Pierre, Oneida, and Gettysburg.
Welcome back into the Bank West pregame show. Less than 12 minutes away from tipping off here in Watertown as the Pierre Governor girls take on the Watertown Arrows here on the final day of the regular season. A lot of action going on across the state today, but I just want to thank our great crew here this afternoon. I'm Justin Coward. I'm not great, but Caleb Rosick sure is, as is Haley Hansen back in the studio. And been a fun season with these two, that is for certain. And of course, we hope there's one more game on the road as the Pierre Governor girls are inside the top 16 in Class AA. Still a lot of uncertainty with the other matchups going on around the state today, if that will hold with a win or a loss. Will certainly hold with a win, we believe, but with a loss, never know what can happen with the seed point formula. Not many seed points to be had with both of these two teams sitting towards the top of this back 16 out of 20 total teams here in Class AA. Of course, we just have to wait and see how it all unfolds, so stay tuned to drgnews.com. Also got a couple broadcasts going on today across our airwaves. Pierre Governor boys are back at home taking on the Arrows in town. Pierre Governor boys almost pulling out the upset of the season last night on the road in Roosevelt. They did fall to the Rough Riders 62-60, but what a battle the Pierre Governor boys put on, as did the Pierre Governor girls inside of Riggs High Gym. Took the Rough Riders right to the edge. Of course, it would end up in a loss, but one of the most exciting games of the season. It's so well played from the senior staff of the Pierre Governors, of Emery Larson scoring 19. Jasmine Yost was our player of the game last night alongside Rough Riders Henley Louvre, but the defensive performance put on by Yost last night was something to be admired. She came up with a bunch of big steals, even had the steal of the game where she pickpocketed Callie Harris, took it coast to coast, did Yost for the bucket. And, of course, Mackenzie Flottmeyer was handling Callie Harris underneath. Not an easy task for anybody in Class AA, that is for sure. And Paige Sporer, well, she's been dealing with injuries, but she has been as important as any of those four seniors on the bench, really just keeping the girls into it, keeping the energy high. Everybody needs one of those players on the bench. We often say every team needs a Jasmine Yost. Every team needs a Paige Sporer, and I know Kirk Bebout is pleased to have both. Then we'll keep an eye on some scores from around the state today as we get a couple breaks in action. We'll let you know what the matchups are here this afternoon. But we've, as I mentioned, got boys Governor basketball on River 92.7 today. That'll be with Darren Boyle. A little bit of a change up that because Ryan Oakland is calling state championship wrestling today. Shaylee Speck currently wrestling in her championship match, and that's all on KPLO this afternoon. His coverage got underway about an hour and a half ago and will roll all the way throughout the afternoon. And Caleb Rosick not only working the camera today, but he's also our kind of our correspondent for state championship wrestling action. So as he gets the results, we'll parlay them through to you. But thrilled to have you with us here on this Saturday afternoon on KGFX and DRGnews.com. But go ahead and download the DRG News app. You can bounce back and forth from coverage to coverage. Get all your high school sports taken care of with the DRG News app. It was kind of up in question as to what time our coverage was going to start today with the weather we're experiencing here in Watertown. And on the way up, you might have seen the note above our broadcast box on the station page of KGFX. Well, it was kind of a question. The snow picked up pretty heavily over the night and through the morning here in this neck of the woods. It was one of those drives you had to be on your P's and Q's the whole way up here. Snow continuing to fall here in Watertown. No idea what the scene is going to look like after this game wraps up if we step back out into the parking lot. But Watertown pretty much got the worst of it here. There's a couple of inches of snow on the ground continuing to fall. Those of you still making your way out to the arena, you still got a little bit of time, less than 8 minutes away until tip. The South Dakota Office of Highway Safety reminds you to slow the drive, arrive alive. It starts with you. You've got someplace to be, and hopefully that someplace is with us here in Watertown this afternoon. Well, as Pierre Governors get loosened up, let's talk a little bit of keys to success. And, of course, our keys to success are always sponsored by our friends at Buff Nation. Before we dive into the X's and O's, let's hear a word from our great friends at Buff Nation, sponsoring our keys to success.
Buff Nation is proud to support and serve area athletics and the Stanley County Buffaloes this season. Buff Nation never stops giving back, and you can become a valued member today with memberships starting at $30. Membership fees include Buff Nation decals, discounted ticketing to events, free concession stand items, and so much more. If you are interested in becoming a member of Buff Nation, please contact Tate Gabriel at 605-222-5537.
And our keys to success today, presented by Buff Nation, have kind of been a culmination of things throughout this regular season stretch. Now, we've seen the pretty standard starting fives from Kirk Beam out. We know that Jasmine Yost and Molly Olson, Emery Larson are likely going to crack into the starting five, but it has been the bench and some of these younger players for Kirk Beebout that have made a huge impact on this team throughout the season. That of Zoe Bauer coming off the bench, just a freshman. We've seen a lot of Ellen Hart, who played a bunch of minutes yesterday, was in the starting five against Jefferson. And we also have seen a bunch of Jordan Kirky. She's been a pretty frequent customer inside the starting five rotation. But you go a little bit deeper. Alex Ludeman, Faith Bomber have come in off the bench and played huge roles. In just the last two games, we've seen some minutes from Alice Rapp. She checked into the Jefferson game, scored on her first 3 shots, scoring 6 points in that contest. But it's going to be a team effort, to say the least. As I mentioned, this is a Watertown Arrows team that is playing some of their best basketball at this moment. Now, they haven't found out wins to come out of those. They've lost to their last 6, but when you just look at some of those final scores, they lost to Harrisburg 49-26 in their last contest. Before that, a 10-10 loss to Huron 50-38. That game was close towards the end of that ball game. They lost to Aberdeen Central by a total of 9. Aberdeen Central sits at 14-6. They lost by just 2 to Sioux Falls Roosevelt in the contest before that. So the Arrows, while they're not showing it with wins, they are showing it in the scorebook. And don't be fooled by a 3-16 record. We always say it in Class AA, you got to throw those records out, take them with a grain of salt. Just about everybody in this classification will give you a run for their money. So today for the Pierre Governor girls, it's kind of been the same string of keys to success. Protect the basketball, score your shots when you get open looks, and make sure you play that sparkling defense that we saw from last night. Governors have been turning defense into offense over these last couple games. And, of course, you know you're going to get a ton of points out of Molly Olson. See if Emery Larson can keep that great shooting performance she started with last night, rolling over into this Saturday contest. And the Pierre Governor girls should be just fine. Going to be a fun contest. We've got one more break on the other side of this one before we get tip-off, so we're going to step away for 3 more minutes. When we come back, some more X's and O's, some starting lineups, and we'll get this thing underway on KGFX and DRGnews.com.
This winter, Beck Motor Company is your go-to Chevy dealer for automotive needs. From the tough, rugged Chevy Silverado to a versatile Equinox, we've got the perfect ride for every season. Needs service? Our expert team is here to keep you cruising through winter with confidence. Beck Motor Company, your trusted local Chevy dealer, proudly serving you with top-notch vehicles, service, and customer care. Stop by today and drive away with a deal you'll love. www.beck-motors.com, 605-224-5912.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, BankWest has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. BankWest Associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose BankWest. BankWest, convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
From the first wails of surprise to first day of school questions, playground adventures, learning to drive stress, and graduation cheers, they'll always be your little sunshine. At Avera Children's, we get kids, teens, and parents too. We'll step you through first checkups, milestones, sickness, and specialized care when your child needs it, and treat them like our own every step of the way. Learn more at avera.org/children's.
Dakota Storm Roofing is a locally owned roofing company in Pierre, specializing in both residential and commercial roofing services. They can handle your asphalt shingle, metal roofing, and flat roof needs. New construction, plus all types of roof repairs. They can handle the finishing touches, adding fascia, soffit, and gutters too. No job is too big or too small. For a free estimate, call Dakota Storm Roofing at 280-9794. Go to dakotastormroofing.com or find them on Facebook or Instagram.
Century Business Products is a proud provider of the most reliable Kyocera copiers and printers to the Pierre School District, backed by 5-time nationally awarded Kyocera servicing team. Are you looking to control color cost? Looking to reduce printers? Are you looking for more efficient ways to scan documents? Or maybe you'd like to become more paperless? Look no further than your local Century Business Products. Call 800-529-1950 and see how they're powering business technology.
Inheritance, romance, and investment scams continue to plague South Dakotans with high dollar amount losses. They prey on vulnerable adults and swindle consumers out of their funds. Scammers befriend the victim, making it difficult for them to see the reality of what's happening. If you have a loved one susceptible to this type of scam, sit down and talk with them about these issues before it happens to them. If you or a loved one have been scammed in this manner, please reach out to the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division at 800-300-1986.
Well, there you heard a word from the South Dakota Attorney General's Office Division of Consumer Protection, introducing you to the game officials as they introduce themselves to both head coaches. And I want to remind you, the South Dakota High School Sports Association, or Athletic Association, always looking for more great officials. If you've ever thought about getting involved, now is the time. Less than a minute away from the national anthem as both teams get warmed up. We'll introduce you to the starting lineups here. As always, we'll start with the visiting team. That is today, the Pierre Governor girls. They'll be starting a familiar 5. Jasmine Yost, Molly Olson, Emery Larson, Jordan Kirky, and Mackenzie Flotmeyer. I think the same exact 5 from last night. They are, of course, led by head coach Kirk Bebout. For the Watertown Arrow girls today, Andy Olson, Lily Mack, Jordan Revers, Ellie Fury, and Kinsley Russell. Mainly made up here of seniors and juniors. 3 juniors, 2 seniors. The 2 seniors are Fury and Russell. They are led by Chad Rohde, and they are set to go today. Pierre Governor girls in their road blacks with Pierre arched across the chest in Governor green, outlined in white, green stripes around either sleeve. Watertown Arrows with arrows in block letters across the chest in purple. They're in their home whites with their numerals in purple, outlined in gold as well. Well, it's time for our national anthem, so we step away for our final break. It's time for Tip after this on KGFX and DRGnews.com.
Superior Concrete is proud to sponsor the Governors this season and just as proud to offer the finest concrete solutions available for commercial and residential applications, as well as foundation and flat work. The bottom line, if you need anything done with concrete, we can do it. Superior Concrete. Give us a call today for an estimate or more information. That's Superior Concrete. Find us on Facebook or call the office at 605-494-0102. That's 494-0102. Call today.
Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre is here for you. They make it easy when looking for a new vehicle, getting all available vehicle information so you can spend less time researching and more time enjoying your purchase. Shop their extensive inventory from home at CapitalCityFordToyota.com or stop into Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota, 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Count on them for all your service needs with convenient scheduling and in-stock parts. Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre, 605-224-7378.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, BankWest has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. BankWest Associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose BankWest. BankWest, convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Do you dream of a custom home built within your budget and done on time? Kruger Contracting can make that dream a reality. They're a trusted home builder since 2003, and they're going to be upfront and open about cost and transparent about where your money is going when it comes to your new home. Their skilled crew will manage construction of your new home from start to finish. They're located in Pierre and can build your home in Pierre, Fort Pierre, or the surrounding area. Call 605-222-2523. Visit KrugerContracting.com or find Kruger Contracting on Facebook.
Chances are you're overlooking a big energy thief in your home or commercial building. The garage doors. But Overhead Door Company of Pierre can help stop that energy waste with a full range of insulated, weather-tight garage doors. Their residential garage doors give you insulated performance at an uninsulated price. And their Thermocore insulated steel doors give commercial buildings the energy efficiency they demand today. Find out more. Call Overhead Door Company of Pierre at 1-800-649-9905 and put a stop to the garage door energy thief.
From the first wails of surprise to first day of school questions, playground adventures, learning to drive stress, and graduation cheers, they'll always be your little sunshine. At Avera Children's, we get kids, teens, and parents too. We'll step you through first checkups, milestones, sickness, and specialized care when your child needs it, and treat them like our own every step of the way. Learn more at avera.org/children's.
I'm Scott Nye. As a coach for the Pierre Governors, I know a winning game plan is crucial. When it comes to your finances, you deserve one too. At New Edge Advisors, our name is new, but our commitment to you isn't. We're the same trusted team you've known, and we've expanded our playbook of resources to help you plan for retirement, manage investments, and protect your future. Let's build the strategy that gets your financial future into the end zone.
Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC. Advisory services offered through New Edge Advisors LLC, a registered investment advisor. New Edge Advisors LLC is a separate entity from LPL Financial.
Dakota Storm Roofing is a locally owned roofing company in Pierre, specializing in both residential and commercial roofing services. They can handle your asphalt shingle, metal roofing, and flat roof needs. New construction, plus all types of roof repairs. They can handle the finishing touches, adding fascia, soffit, and gutters too. No job is too big or too small. For a free estimate, call Dakota Storm Roofing at 280-9794. Go to dakotastormroofing.com or find them on Facebook or Instagram.
Century Business Products is a proud provider of the most reliable Kyocera copiers and printers to the Pierre School District, backed by 5-time nationally awarded Kyocera servicing team. Are you looking to control color cost? Looking to reduce printers? Are you looking for more efficient ways to scan documents? Or maybe you'd like to become more paperless? Look no further than your local Century Business Products. Call 800-529-1950 and see how they're powering business technology. This winter, Beck Motor Company is your go-to Chevy dealer for automotive needs. From the tough, rugged Chevy Silverado to a versatile Equinox, we've got the perfect ride for every season. Need service? Our expert team is here to keep you cruising through winter with confidence. Beck Motor Company, your trusted local Chevy dealer, proudly serving you with top-notch vehicles, service, and customer care. Stop by today and drive away with a deal you'll love. www.beck-motors.com, 605-224-5912.
Welcome back. We have just announced the starting fives. Again, we remind you the starting fives today. Jasmine Yost, Molly Olson, Emery Larson, Jordan Kirky, and Mackenzie Flottmeyer for the Pierre Governors. Andy Olson, Lily Mack, Jordan Remmers, Ellie Fury, and Kinsley Russell for the Arrows. Governors, if you're listening on KGFX, we're set up behind the near side basket, so they will be coming into your driver's seat. Arrows will be attacking towards your headlights. Of course, same direction as I've got Caleb Brosick by my side today if you're watching on drgnews.com. At the middle for the tip, it'll be Ellie Thury with Mackenzie Flottmeyer, and we are underway in Watertown. Tip is won by the Govs. Molly Olson fielded the deflection from Flottmeyer. Immediately go to Kirky, who swings onto her right wing side. Inside, Kirky looks too strong into the wedge of the rim and the glass, out and rebounded there by Kinsley Russell. Kinsey up ahead, kicks to the corner, back up top they go for Jordan Remmers. Remmers turning around the right side, pulls up, double team, bounce pass through, right into the hands of Jasmine Yost. Yost across midcourt, picks up the dribble. Dishes off to her left for Flottmeyer, who bounces it for Olson. Olson had 14 last night against the Rough Riders, some big buckets late. Emery Larson trying to pick up where she left off. 3 on the way from the right wing. No good. Olson, strong offensive board up and in off the window. That's going to be a good recipe for success today for the Pierre Governor girls. Molly Olson can command the paint like that. Mary Larson jarring it free from Remmers as it bounces into the Governor's bench. Good contingent of Pierre Governor girls fans on hand here today. Didn't mind the storm and the weather. Made the drive. White-knuckled it all the way out here to Watertown. At least I did. I'm not used to driving in this kind of stuff yet. Arrows go into the far side corner for Russell. Russell kicks out. They swing back up top for Remmers. Remmers covered by Emery Larson into the lane and drawing the charge. No, they're going to call that a blocking foul. Thought that Jordan Kirky had her feet set, but that was not the case. Just slid that left one at the last moment. So free throws upcoming for Remmers. First one on the way for the right-handed Remmers is up and good. Another key we didn't really touch on that's been kind of a bug bite, if you will, for the Pierre Governors is the second free throw rattles off the front of the rim and out into the hands of Kirky. Has been falling behind early in games. They can avoid that here today. They put themselves in a good position. That's what they did yesterday. Turnover on the way up as the Arrows get the steal. Long pass up ahead. Lily Mack goes in and looks like Kirky has just drawn her second foul. So 2 quick fouls from Jordan Kirky. Minute 29 gone. And this will lead to 2 more free throws for the Arrows, this time Lily Mack taking them. Mack, a lefty, knocks it through for the first. Governors have fallen behind, but settled into games, although it's been too little too late. They found themselves behind double-digit deficits and have been able to kind of get their groove, get their rhythm. But it has always just been when they're behind by 15 or 20 points. So putting together a 4-quarter game has kind of been the key. There's a 3 from Larson. That's off the side iron, no good. Strong rebound by Russell. Has her out and running. Russell splits by the whole defense of the Pierre Governors and takes it right to the rack. And that is 2 more. It's 4-2. Arrows lead. Kenzie Flottmeyer with the left hand onto the left wing. Hands off to Jasmine Yost, who bounces it up top for Kirky. They swing it around the outside of the arc, gets it to Olson. Kirky driving the lane, goes off the window and in. Really nice touch there from Jordan Kirky. Nice feed. Molly Olson ties this up at 4. Jasmine Yost hassling Remmers as she comes across midcourt, and Yost jars it free. Can Yost take it the distance? She's blocked from behind, but it rattles off the rim right into the hands of Molly Olson, who cleans it up and puts the Governor girls back out in front. And an offensive foul is going to be called against Remmers, who just discarded Jasmine Yost up the floor, extended the right arm right at the midcourt line. Yost went flying. And you can't put this one officially in the scorebooks until Jasmine Yost goes tumbling to the hardwood due to some contact. She's about as physical as they come, not afraid to put herself in the way of danger if it means she's going to draw a foul. And she did that right there and gets the possession back to the Govs. Ellen Hart into the game for Pierre. She dishes to Larson, who swings here near side for Olson. Olson turning around the lane, puts up a contested shot too strong. Good defense from Ellie Fury. Watertown able to come away with the rebound, advancing forward. Numbers picks up the dribble on the left wing, thought about 3, dishes to the corner. Traversing across the court, kicking out. Now Lily Mack has it. They swing to the left wing. Fury for 3. That's no good. Tie up underneath. Yost and Lydia Stemweddle. After the Govs won the opening tip, possession arrow favors the Watertown Arrows. So it'll stay down on that end of the floor. 4:50 to play, opening quarter, 6-4. Governor girls lead. Floated up top for Kinsey Russell. Remmers turning the corner, driving, kicks out. Lily Mack, they swing it around. Good ball movement here by the Arrows, but good defense by the Govs. Trying to go baseline, right into the teeth of the defense goes Kinsey Russell. That shot's no good. Molly Olson threading a needle pass up ahead. Emery Larson from way outside for 3. No good. Ellen Hart there for the board. Kick it back to Larson, who swings it to Yost. Yost to Olson. Olson driving baseline on the right side. Loses the dribble, taken away by Russell. Long pass up ahead to Mack, beautifully led, up and in off the glass. Tough shot to make. Jordan Kirky came flying in to defend it, and Mack had to kind of do her best. Michael Jordan up and under move. She kind of stuttered in the air, had to really stretch out the right arm to get an open look on that shot, and it was never really open. Tied at 6. Just holding the dribble now, drives, swings to Larson. 3 Governors over here in this near side corner. Got to create some space, so Ellen Hart clears out. Olsen dribbling, loses it, reclaims. Floater, rolls off the rim, no good. Ellen Hart, another offensive rebound. Ellen Hart will do it all herself, draws the foul in the lane, and will head to the line for 2. Ellen Hart doing some good work on the glass for the Pierre Governors here early. 2 straight possessions with offensive rebounds for the sophomore Hart. Now see if she can get on the Wegner Auto scoreboard with this first free throw on the way and gets the friendly roll off the front iron. Three substitutions for the Arrows, 1 for the Govs. Jordan Kirky will come out. Marina Bushbaum will check in. Been seeing more and more of Bushbaum as well. Second free throw for Hart. Very similar to the first as it rolls in, and she makes them both. Another game that feels like it could come down to free throws. Andy Olsen up ahead after almost getting tripped up by Ellen Hart. Finds herself open on the left wing for a 3. That shot is no good. There for the rebound was Stemweddle. She can't get the putback to go, and the Arrows will lose it out of bounds. 8-6. Governors out in front by 2. You're past the midway point in the first quarter. Soft full court press on here for the Arrows. Jasmine Yost uses the speed to get by. Emery Larson, another 3-point attempt. That's left short. Bushbaum with the offensive rebound. Governors are killing it on the boards, and we've got a whistle. Trying to see what this call was. Must have not had a shot clock working properly. They shift it from 25 to 22, so everybody will reset. Ellen Hart will inbound along her own baseline. Looking for an outlet. Gets it into a wide open Molly Olsen in the corner for 3. No good. Olsen almost able to track down the rebound, but it's ripped away by Torrance Tipton. Up ahead for Remmers. Remmers will be fouled by Jasmine Yost as she makes her way down the left side of the lane. That'll be the 3rd team foul here in the first quarter for the Govs. 2 for the Arrows. Yost with 1, Kirky with 2. Kirky's on the bench. Quick kick into Remmers, who hands off to Olsen. Olsen dribbles back towards the top of the key, switches direction to the corner. Into that corner for Remmers. They feed it inside, and Larson fouls Tipton. Bit of a size advantage for the Arrows there. Tipton standing at 6'1". And she will head to the line for the 5th and 6th free throws of this first quarter for the Arrows. First one was up, and it's through. Jasmine Yost will head to the bench. Zoe Bauer into the game. We've talked a lot about Zoe Bauer, and great to see her back on the floor. Looked like she had a foot injury last night. Had to be carried off. Second free throw left short by Tipton, and that'll we'll say that did not hit rim, so that will turn it back over to the Cubs. But Bauer was carried off, not because she needed to be, but I think they were just wanting to get her back into the training room rather quickly. She was seen headed back to the locker room with an ice bag on the foot. But outstanding news for Bebout and the Cubs. She is back today. Olsen will feed it inside for Bushbaum, who will draw the foul amongst the trees. See who they get on that. There was a couple white jerseys around. Looks like they'll get Torrance Tipton with her first. And Bushbaum will have free throws upcoming. Bushbaum with a deep breath. She eyes, dribbles, and fires. First one off the mark. Chad Rohde directing traffic from his Arrows bench. Kirk Bebout watching on. He's got his trusty cue card in his right hand. Second free throw up and good for Bushbaum. So now the Governors are 3 of 4 from the charity stripe. Ellen Hart going to get whistled for the foul as she stepped in front of Jordan Remmers on her way up the floor. And that will put the Arrows in the bonus. 2:22 to play. 9-7, Governors out in front. That's some fouls starting to mount up as the first one is up and good for Jordan Remmers.
And in 4, Watertown.
It's tough when you play such a physical game like you did last night against Roosevelt as the second free throw is splashed in for Remmers to come into a game kind of officiated the opposite. They're going to make sure everything is clean in this one. There were some plays last night that felt like we were watching a football game as this pass deflected out of play by Russell. On here tonight, this officiating crew doing a little bit differently, but nobody minds as long as it's called both ways, and it sure is here today. So good job by our officiating crew made up of Patrick and Andrew Deutsch and Luke Anderson. Emery Larson thought about 3 from the left wing, instead floats it up the Hart at the top of the key. 2 minutes to play, 13 on the shot clock for the Govs offense. Tied at 9, inside feed to Bushbaum. She had it jarred free into the hands of Russell. Arrows with numbers, and Russell trying to bounce it in to Lily Mack. Has it roll off the right fingertips, just never had positive control on it. Governors will take the turnover. Kirky back into the game for Pierre. 5 on the floor is Kirky, Hart, Bauer, Olsen, and Larson. Jordan Kirky had a nice fan group last night, as did Molly Olsen. A couple of family members in attendance for Think Tank night. As we've got a whistle and a reach-in foul called against the Arrows. We've got now just 1 to give. Well, actually no more to give. That is their 4th. But it was Kirky's 17th birthday, and she had a fan section that filled out almost a whole section of bleachers in the lower bowl. Ellen Hart's inbound pass deflected out of play by Russell. Russell kind of reminds me of Jasmine Yost, just has a nose for the ball and knows where it's going to be. She's already deflected a couple passes out of play, forcing the Govs to reset. Kirky will get the inbound. It's lost and into the hands of the Arrows. Taking it away was Thury. Long heave up ahead. Somehow gets the pass into Russell. Kirky went into the bleachers about 2 rows deep. 3 on the way for the Arrows. That's no good for Gabby Olsen. Zoe Bauer has it out and running ahead. See how lightly she treads on that injured foot. It's about as tough as they come. Doesn't seem to be having any problem with it here today. Looks for 3 from the wing. Zoe Bauer comes up short. Arrows come away with the board. Ellen Hart hassling Remmers. Remmers tried to throw it off the leg of Olsen. It bounced right back to her. So she says, all right, that didn't work, so we'll just take it towards midcourt. She gets across the midway point, and the Arrows settle in offensively. Lindsay Russell drives and kicks. 3-point attempt on the way. Right wing, it splashes in for Gabby Olsen. Well-designed play, freeing up some space for Gabby Olsen. 1 second difference in game clock and shot clock here, closing down the first quarter. 27 to play. Kirky controls up top, swings. So Hart, who gives it right back to Kirky. Kirky, tough shot in the lane, had it roll off the front iron as 2 players go tumbling out of bounds, last touched by Lily Mack. So it'll stay with the Govs. Kirky's shot did hit rim, so they've got 15.8 and a shot clock shut off. Ellen Hart looking. He's kind of pinned in the right side corner. That pass deflected on the inbound by Russell. Larson has to chase it down. She's immediately met by Gabby Olsen. It's stripped out of play, and it looks like it'll stay with the Govs. Larson had a look on her face like she might have been the last to touch it. But either way, the officials say it stays with Pierre. 10 seconds to play. Crossing the midcourt line is Hart. Throws it and loses it. Jordan Remmers with the steal. Heaves it up ahead. Kinsey Russell at the buzzer. Gets it to go for the 2. And an exclamation point put on the first quarter by the Watertown Arrows. They lead 14-9. We head to the second here in 60 seconds on KGFX.
At First Dakota.
This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in South Dakota. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the South Dakota High School Activities Association and the South Dakota Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Generational success means different things to different people. But to us, it means seeing my daughter follow in my footsteps, keeping the farm in the family, just getting to do this every day. We're Agtegra Cooperative, and we're generationally successful. That's who we are. Agtegra Cooperative.
Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box. Owyhee Federal Credit Union, where they treat you like you own the place, because you do.
We're leading the Governor boys 41-28 over on River 92.7. We're here on KGFX. Governor girls trailing 14-9 as they have this first possession of the second quarter. No timeouts used in that first quarter. Oh, my goodness. Kinsey Russell diving into her own bench that's not far off the sideline. She was trying to steal a pass away intended for Alice Rapp and just kind of awkwardly tumbled. And now she's looking at her right hand. I think all things considered, maybe an injured finger is the best case scenario for how hard she went into her own bench. But what I tell you, Kinsey Russell and Jasmine Yost, they play the game the same way. She deflected that pass. It'll stay with the Govs. Alice Rapp has checked in. She's put some good minutes together over the last two games for Kirk Beebout. Just at the top, tries to swing it into the corner for Rapp, and reading that pass nicely was Emma Olson, and that will be last touch, they say, by Rapp. So a bang-bang play in favor of the Arrows. They have been telegraphing these passes perfectly. Haven't come up with a ton of steals, but they've come close on a ton of plays. Andy Olson into the corner. They feed it down low into the block. Good ball movement here. Open look. Rattles around and falls through for Andy Olson. Did a 360 spin and then did another about 180 before it finally fell through as they extend their lead to 7. 16-9 on our Wegner Auto scoreboard. Arrows out in front. Govs trying to answer back. Turkey on the block. 50 pass up top for Yost. Yost steps into the lane, into traffic, loses the dribble. And coming away with it was Andy Olson. They float up ahead to Remmers. Remmers will slow it down on the right wing. Tried to force feed it inside. Kirky deflected the pass. Remmers was able to pick it up, and it's jarred free by Larson. So helter-skelter play leads to wholesale substitutions. Alex Ludeman, Mackenzie Flottmeyer, and Molly Olson back into the game for the Pierre Governor girls. Governors trailing by 7 with 6:44 to play in the first half on a snowy Saturday in Watertown. Pass caught Lily Mack by surprise. She's guarded by Ludeman. She kicks it away. Remmers with a low line drive three from the corner off the back of the iron into the hands of Molly Olson. Olson sprints ahead inside the lane, turns around. What a move from Molly Olson. Got perfect body position on Kinsey Russell. Olson's footwork has been outstanding these last couple of weeks. 3-point attempt, up and no good for Thury. Kirky with the rebound. Spits to Zoe Bauer. Bauer feeds it to the left wing for Ludeman. Ludeman sees a little bit of daylight, now pulls it back out. Up top for Kirky. Watertown just trying to steal every single pass that the Pierre Governors have to offer. Pounding defense by the Arrows. Well played as Mackenzie Flottmeyer drives the lane, catches the pass from Olson, and draws the foul on the 2-point play. This will be another key, as we mentioned earlier, free throw shooting. Govs are 3 of 4 thus far. Arrows 5 of 7. From the charity stripe, Mackenzie Flottmeyer trying to bump up those numbers. First free throw is on the way, and it's perfect. Flottmeyer toes and fires and makes. So the Governors are doing their part from the free throw line. Mackenzie Flotmeyer with a great 2 set of plays. One offensively there, drawing the foul and knocking down both free throws, and then she jars it free from Remmers, who touches it last and earns the possession back for the Govs. So back to a one-possession game, 13-16, Pierre behind. They can tie it up on this possession. Olsen steps through. What a nifty move. Tried to go underhand with the layup. Couldn't hit it. Ludeman there to claim the rebound. Up top, Kirky wants 3 from the top of the key. No good. Olsen fighting for the rebound, but it's taken away by Kinsey Russell. Russell with pace up ahead. Nearly travels, kicks out. Remmers for 3. That's off the mark. No good. Kirky with the board. Kirky weaving her way through traffic. Kicks to her right for Bauer, who swings up top for Flotmeyer. Flotmeyer trying to step through the lane, draws a reach and foul. They'll get Remmers with the contact. Second team foul for the Arrows, who check in 2 new players. Emma Olsen. Joined by Lydia Stemweddle off the bench. Zoe Bauer will inbound, standing on the A of Watertown at the baseline. Forced it in, taken away immediately by Fury. Pass was a little bit behind Jordan Kirky outside the arc. Fury was there to steal it. Arrows with a quick shot, baseline jumper up, no good for Olsen. And Molly Olsen comes away and now immediately tied up. Some physical play underneath. As Ellie Fury and Molly Olsen got locked up, and Olsen got thrown to the ground, but possession arrow favors Pierre. Emery Larson and Ellen Hart will check in at the buzzer. We'll see who they get. Bauer and Ludeman will join their teammates on the bench, and a little round of applause as they make their way in. Or I should say into the bench off the hardwood. Kirky gets it in. Watertown showing a press, but really not up in your face about it like the Governor girls have seen a lot throughout this season. Govs have gotten much better at beating that full court press. Hart gets whacked on the arm. Should have been a foul, wasn't called. Stays with Larson. Hart along the baseline. Has to pick up the dribble. And we've got a whistle, and Kirk Bebout with a wise Agtegra timeout. Timeouts are sponsored by Agtegra. Acres Ahead can maximize your farm's earning potential straight from the start. Contact your local Agtegra cooperative today. Back in 30 seconds on KGFX.
Hey, Josie, why so glum, chum? I can't find a way to get my full group to one spot without taking all these cars. You haven't heard of Denwall Transportation? They have luxury seating buses with air conditioning, outlets to charge your phone, and other must-haves for traveling. Whoa, no way! Yeah, you should check them out. Where can I find them? You can follow them on Facebook or denwalltransportation.com, or hey, let's give them a call at 605-532-3836. Denwall Transportation, let us do the driving.
Allied Plumbing and Heating is
Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box. Owyhee Federal Credit Union, where they treat you like you own the place, because you do.
And it is a stark difference from what we woke up to in Pierre this morning. A couple inches of snow on the ground continuing to fall. Here in the home of the Arrows. Out of the timeout, Ellen Hart will inbound to Larson. Another pass nearly stolen away by the Arrows. Flotmeyer able to corral it up top for Kirky. They swing to Olsen. A lot of passes here. 4 on the shot clock. Inside Kirky. Spins, turns, kicks to Olsen. Got to shoot it, and she does. And it will be a shot clock violation, but it was cleanly rebounded by Russell, so no whistle. Russell on the right wing. Underhand dish to Thury. Thury right down the lane. A little bit of lapsing defense there by the Pierre Governor girls. Strong finish by Thury. Back to a 5-point lead for the Arrows. And they really are not letting anything come easy. Anybody that has the ball immediately has a hand in their face. Anybody intended to catch a pass will have an arrow right by their side. Offensive pressure is tough, and it's using a lot of shot clock, and Larson started to cut. Kirky thought she was staying back. The pass goes behind her, and it'll be a Governor's turn. Flotmeyer and Kirky. We'll head out. Jasmine Yost back in. She's playing with just the 1 foul thus far. Kirky, the only Governor girl with 2. And now the announcer's jinx is real. Jasmine Yost called for the foul, and now that will join Kirky with the 2 fouls. It's always interesting to see how these officiating crews like to call the games. They will set a trend and keep it that way all the way throughout. Last night it was physical. This one, you got to be on your P's and Q's defensively. As a left wing 3 comes from Lily Mack, left short. Moose gets the rebound, holds a big bump from behind, stays with it. Beautiful pass up ahead to Olsen. Olsen baseline, contacted and fouled. Missed the shot, but can make it from the free throw stripe. Governor girls have been good from the line thus far, 5 of 6 in their attempts. Gabby Olsen will get a quick word from Chad Rohde, her head coach, as Olsen carefully toes the line with the right pink sneaker, twirls and fires, and leaves it short. Shouldn't have said anything about the good free throw percentage from the Pierre Governor girls. Why did I do that? Olsen wipes away the hands, twirls the maiden basketball as it bounces right back to her. Couple dribbles for good measure, and she knocks down the second. Olsen already having a nice first half. She's got 7 points and swats a pass away from Lily Mack. She was trying to get it to Kinsey Russell. Governors with all 5 here in the backcourt defending this inbound pass from the Arrows. See if they can generate a steal defensively. And a whistle and a timeout as Chad Rohde saw Kinsey Russell in trouble. Again, our timeouts are sponsored by AgTegra. Acres ahead can maximize your farm's earning potential straight from the start. Contact your local AgTegra cooperative today. Back in another 30 seconds on KGFX.
For business, farm, commercial, and residential plumbing needs located in Pierre. No job is too big or small for Allied. Put our over 50 years of experience to work for you. At Allied Plumbing and Heating, the only surprise we want for our customers is how fast they get the job done. That's why we offer free estimates on every single service, no hidden charges. Give them a call today at Allied Plumbing and Heating. Remember, you can rely on your allies.
If new home construction or a major renovation project is on the top of your list for 2026, then let's kickstart your plans with an interest rate as low as 3.99%. A construction loan at Dakota Land Federal Credit Union is tough to beat and definitely something you can build on. Visit DakotaLandFCU.com for details or stop by a friendly and convenient branch location today. Dakota Land, federally insured by NCUA.
Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box. Owyhee Federal Credit Union, where they treat you like you own the place, because you do.
Aaron Boyle on the call back in the state capitol today in Riggs High Gym. Marita Bushbaum almost getting a steal as the Arrows made it across midcourt. She had a right foot teetering on the sideline, deflected it once with the right hand, and as it falls out of bounds, she kind of fell with it, almost saved it into one of her teammates. Still a very athletic play nonetheless, but it will stay with the Arrows. They get back to work on offense. They go to Russell in the corner, immediately met by Larson. Swing it back up top for Gabby Olsen. Olsen going back to Russell. Russell will dribble. That immediately cut off by Yost, but she pinwheels, drives in the lane. Right-handed floater is good. Tough shot to make. McKinley Russell makes it look easy. Kinsey Russell's got 4, and the lead is 6 for the Arrows. 20-14 on our Wegner Auto scoreboard. 2.5 to play. Ellen Hart wants 3. Foot might have been on the line. Didn't matter. Shot was no good. Russell comes away with another steal. And I had the hopscotch over a lost ball, and they lost underneath. Number 22, Haley Ellis. And Ellis, with nobody around her, was easily able to drop that bucket in. Ellen Hart spinning, handing off to Larson. Larson still held scoreless in this first half. Molly Olsen has it jarred free by Russell. Kinsey Russell's been fun to watch. She's kind of an annoying player to play against, and I mean that in the most gracious way possible. She is always causing problems for you. You're an opponent. Never taking a play off. As Govs inbounded up top, and right on cue, Kinsey Russell with another steal. She's guarded by Bauer, goes up with the right hand, no good. Good on Zoe Bauer to track that down and at least force some contention. And she didn't deflect the shot or anything, but she forced the miss. That's all hustle, all heart right there from Zoe Bauer playing on a bump foot. Zellen Hart drives, takes the contact, throws it up, no good off the side iron. Arrows come away with the rebound. Lily Mack up ahead. Looking off to her right now, passing to her right. Z Russell with it on the right wing. Shakes the shoulders, drives the lane, puts it up, right hand, no good. Kirky a little bit out in front of her reach. The officials didn't see it go off of Kirky last time, assuming it was certainly not off of an arrow. But a tough position to be in for the officials who weren't able to see it. They're going to say this stays with the Govs with some uncertainty. And they confirm, they say black ball. Everybody but the officials in this building believe that was Arrow's ball. And this draws some groans from the home crowd. The play kind of went like this. Kirky went up for the rebound on the miss. It rolled off her left finger. Emery Larson and a Watertown Arrow chased it down. Larson just kind of threw her hands up to motion, say, I did not touch that. I think that motion might have led the officials to believe it was off the Arrows. Let's see if the Govs can make the most of it. Olsen along the baseline. Had a nice move, but it rolls off the front of the rim. Picked up by Andy Olsen. So suffocated by Zoe Bauer. Zoe Bauer forcing another turnover defensively. She tracked down that miss by Kinsey Russell on an earlier possession and then just kind of let the Arrows, with some decisive defense, lose the dribble. Jordan Kirky has it poked free. And now a scrum ensues underneath the basket. That'll be an alternating possession. We'll see which way the possession arrow points. And it favors the Arrows. 32.4 left in our second quarter. 22-14 lead for Watertown. Lily Mack to inbound, looking to her left now, looking to her right. Gets it into Remmers along the baseline. Remmers going to have to escape Ellen Hart. Switches to the left hand and does so nicely. Almost pickpocketed by Bauer, but gets it off to Olsen. Olsen feeds it underneath. The shot is blocked by Emery Larson. Emery Larson goes up and blocks the Ellie Fury sure bucket, and a foul committed by the Arrows puts the Govs into the bonus. And now with 19.8, Governors can steal 2 points down here on the other end. It'll be Molly Olsen to take the free throws. She's already got 7. Olsen split the previous pair of free throws she attempted. Twirls and fires the first and gets it to splash in. All the players that line the lane calling out their defensive assignments before Olsen takes the second free throw. It is up, and it's off the front iron, no good. So make one, miss one. Governors cut the deficit down to 7. Final 12 seconds here. How will the Arrows play it? Remmers will swing to the left for Andy Olsen. 6 on the clock. Nice play. Kinsey Russell in the lane. Can't hit the shot. Larson with the rebound. Does she have room for a half-court heat? She has it stolen, and that's the way the first half will end. 22-15, Arrows lead. We got a good one bubbling here on KGFX. We'll be back at the CHS River Plains halftime to take a look at some individual scoring from these two squads, take a look at some scores from around the state, get you set up for the second half. You're on KGFX and DRGnews.com.
The opportunity to make a difference, to follow through with integrity, to solve challenges through innovative thinking, and to bring the technical know-how needed to get the job done. At Wilbur Ellis, this is how we work, standing side by side as local experts who partner with the stewards of the land. We do it together. That's the power of we.
Protect what matters most with the Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, American Family Insurance. Our personalized insurance solutions ensure you're covered, no matter what life throws your way. From home and auto to farm, commercial, and life, we tailor policies to fit your unique needs. With our dedicated team and exceptional service, you'll have peace of mind knowing you're in good hands. Contact the Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, LLC.
Best of luck in today's competition to the Pierre Governors from Black Sheep Agronomy, your local agronomy experts. Black Sheep Agronomy wants you to have a successful farm plan, and they're focused on products and practices that work in this region. As community members themselves, Tyler, Tice, and Austin support area students who work hard in their school and extracurricular activities. Good luck, Governors from Black Sheep Agronomy. Call 842-6104 for all your agronomy needs.
Stay in a beautiful Black Hills vacation home, the Summit on Dancing Sky near Leeds, South Dakota, in the popular Powder House Pass development. It's a modern rustic design with over 5,000 square feet, 6 bedrooms, and 5 baths for you to enjoy. You'll get gorgeous views of the Terry Peak Mountain Range. There's a community pool to enjoy, and you're close to all the attractions like Deadwood, Sturgis, Spearfish, and a whole lot more. The Summit on Dancing Sky. Visit them at DancingSky.com.
Agriculture is like no other business, which makes Farm Credit Services of America like no other lender. Owned by the farmers and ranchers we serve, our customers have a voice in how we work, a stake in what we do, and share in our success. Discover a lender that works for you at Farm Credit Services of America.
At Dakota Behavioral Health, we offer comprehensive mental health services, including medication management. With offices in Pierre and Winter, we provide in-person and telehealth appointments to fit your schedule. Whether you're managing anxiety, depression, stress, or other concerns, our compassionate team is here to help. We are currently accepting new clients, so take the first step for better mental health today. Call Dakota Behavioral Health at 605-702-6769 or visit dakotabh.com to schedule your appointment.
Service Master of Pierre has been proudly serving Pierre and Fort Pierre for over 40 years. They offer professional carpet and upholstery cleaning, post-construction cleanup, residential and janitorial services, and thorough disinfection cleans. Service Master Restore provides expert water, smoke, fire, mold, and odor damage restoration, along with drying, dehumidification, and trauma or biohazard cleanup. When disaster strikes, every second counts. Trust the experts who've been doing it for over 40 years. Service Master of Pierre. Get clean today.
Futures aren't made by accident. They're dreamt, they're planned, they're discovered. At Northern State University, futures are the result of hard work and grit. NSU is an academic powerhouse with a spirit of exploration and genuine support, where professors know your name and push you to discover what you're truly capable of. But don't take our word for it. When you experience Northern, you'll see the difference here.
The Best Western Ramkota Hotel in Rapid City supports all South Dakota student athletes and their families. They are conveniently located off Interstate 90, close to downtown and minutes from the beautiful Black Hills. The Ramkota offers sports and family-friendly rates. Guests can relax for free in the indoor water park. They have 36,000 square feet of banquet and meeting space, and the award-winning Minerva's Restaurant and Bar is located on site. Best Western Ramkota welcomes everyone to beautiful Rapid City, South Dakota.
Need a boost? Want to start feeling better? Atlas Chiropractic in Winter now offers hyperbaric oxygen therapy. This state-of-the-art treatment increases tissue oxygen levels by over 1,200%, helping boost the body's natural healing processes by more than 70%. Hyperbaric oxygen therapy can help with sports injuries, nerve and brain injuries, including concussions, vascular and blood vessel issues, fibromyalgia, and other inflammatory conditions. This treatment is FDA approved and research proven. Visit Atlas Chiropractic in Winter, home to one of the few heart chambers in the state of South Dakota. Call today and start maximizing your healing.
With our new online loan application, you can go to our website and apply for a loan when it's most convenient for you. We make getting loan approval fast and easy. Our local lenders are available to assist you if you have any questions. We make it pain-free to get that loan you've been wanting. We're an equal housing lender. Owyhee Federal Credit Union, your hometown credit union since 1955. Federally insured by NCUA.
Just a quick reminder from the parts team at Grossenberg Implement. The Grossenberg Custom Parts Catalog has some great sale items going on right now. From batteries and lawn care products, you'll also find deals on radios, cameras, spray paint, and cleaners. Whew, there's so much going on in there. Can't fit it all into one spot.
So stop in and get your copy, or let their staff know to add you to the mailer at Grossenberg Implement.
What if we said a bank isn't a place to lock up money? It's a place to set it free. What if the point of banking wasn't to bank at all, but to put your ideas to work? What if your bank asked, what if, a little more? Well, what if we told you we do? We're American Bank and Trust, where what if meets why not? If you're ready to change what you get out of banking, start a relationship with us. What if you made the move today?
When you're thinking of a new or used car, motorcycle, pickup, or RV, think of us. We make all sorts of vehicle loans. We can set you up with payments that fit your budget. So if you have getting some new wheels in mind, stop by and see us. We'll get you the right loan. Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, federally insured by NCUA. We're big on you.
We're small enough to know your name, but we're big on you.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 57,000 participants here in South Dakota who take part in high school sports or activities.
At Ringneck Energy, their mission is to produce renewable energy that adds value to grain and livestock production, enhances the income of their investor partners, and provide a safe, rewarding work environment. Located at 901 Redwood Avenue in Oneida, South Dakota. Call 605-945-6900 or check ringneckenergy.com. A proud supporter of local schools and wishes all students the best of luck in all their activities during the school year, creating economic opportunities in our community.
Pests don't wait, and neither should you. At Olson's Pest Technicians, we've been protecting homes and businesses for over 55 years. From bats in the attic to rodents in the walls, ants in the kitchen, termites underground, even swarms of mosquitoes. We've seen it all, and we handle it all. With expert technicians, ethical treatments, and service across South Dakota, Nebraska, and Iowa, you can count on Olson's to get the job done right. Contact us today at Olson's Pest Technicians. Family-owned, community-trusted.
Wow, Bill, you're walking so much better. What did you do?
Well, I got so tired of the pain and nearly fell. And one of my friends recommended physical therapy at Winter Physical Therapy. And you know what? My back also stopped hurting.
Huh. So how did you get started?
My doctor wrote me a referral, but that's not always needed. Turns out you always have a choice where you want to go.
So why did you choose Winter Physical Therapy?
I love to support our locally owned small businesses, and quite frankly, they give great personalized care.
Winter Physical Therapy. Exceptional care.
Most people don't think about their furnace until it's not working, but we do. At Pipe Service Experts, we are trained to see what others miss. Airflow restrictions, pressure imbalances, heat exchanger flaws. That's how we catch little issues before they become cold nights and costly repairs. Because keeping your home warm takes more than just a toolbox. Our certified technicians will get your system running at peak condition. Call Pint Service Experts for our special $99 precision tune-up today. Call 866-EXPERTS. See website for license details.
Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box. Owyhee Federal Credit Union, where they treat you like you own the place, because you do.
Olson, Zoe Bauer, and Jordan Kirky, and it starts with a three-point attempt from Emery Larson left short. It's got to be tough to get the depth perception in all of these rotating gyms here. In Pierre, where you're so comfortable yesterday, then you're in a massive auditorium like the Arrows have here. And it can be a little unsettling, especially when you switch sides to get that stroke feeling right. Arrows getting back to work on offense. Lily Mack with the ball held high above her head. Swings up top for Kinsey Russell. Russell down low. Beautiful find as Lily Mack cleans up the two. Well-designed play there from Chad Rohde. as Lily Mack has her 5th points of the ball game. Lead up to 9 for the Arrows. Ellen Hart in the corner. Inside feed for Kirky. Kirky turning around, has it stripped free. Andy Olson comes away with the steal. Long pass up ahead to Jordan Remmers, and we've got no foul called. As Jordan Remmers wants an explanation. It's like a lot of contact, but I guess Ellen Hart got all ball. Well played defensively by Ellen Hart. Also coming up from behind. That's about the hardest play defensively to make in basketball, and she made it beautiful. Thus will stay with the Arrows after the deflection by Ellen Hart. Molly Olson almost forces a steal, but instead it kicks out into the corner, and a three-pointer is up and good for Lily Mack. She's got both buckets to start this second half for the Arrows. They lead 27-15. They go back to Kirky. Kirky rounds and kicks. Hart's got an open look at a long two. She leaves that long, so Larson's left one short. Hart has left one long. Remmers gets a long pass up ahead, gets it to go off the glass and draws a foul. Everything favoring the Arrows here to start the third quarter. It was 22-15 to start this second half. It's now 29-15 and a chance to make it a 15-point deficit here as Jordan Remmers looks to complete the three-point play the old-fashioned way. Free throw is up. Does a loop around the back iron and no good. Dangerous pass up ahead for Emery Larson from Kirky is picked off by Russell. Russell with another steal, another three on the way for the Arrows on the screws. 3 points are raining in for Watertown. They lead 32-15. A 10-0 run to start this second half for the home team. Who's it going to be to stop the bleeding? Kirk Bebout letting it play out. Beautiful feed inside from Zoe Bauer to Molly Olson, and she throws it in off the glass. Great play, and there's the Agtegra timeout by Kirk Bebout. We remind you Acres Ahead can maximize your farm's earning potential straight from the start. Contact your local Agtegra cooperative today. It's a full timeout, but we'll be back in 30 seconds on KGFX and drgnews.com.
What if the market shifts? What if the margins on your farm keep getting tighter? Simplot Grower Solutions is here to help. Simplot Crop Advisors know South Dakota corn, soybean, wheat, and other crops like you do because they live and work here. So, even if the market shifts or the margins keep getting tighter, you'll have the insight and support to keep moving forward. Simplot Grower Solutions.
The Corner Station Convenience Store and the Crossing Pub are both back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box. Owyhee Federal Credit Union, where they treat you like you own the place, because you do.
Here today on KPLO, Brian Oakland bringing you all the coverage that is taking place as of right now. So download the DRG News app and bounce around coverage to coverage. Meanwhile, here 32-17 as the first bucket of the third quarter for the Pierre Governors scored by Molly Olson. See if that defense can ratchet up, generate a couple steals, and get back in this thing. Here's a beautiful play defensively by Jordan Kirky as she swats away the shot. Ellie Fury. Fury had Kirky beat, but Kirky covered it up well. Arrows will get reset as Andy Olson will inbound from the baseline. Fury laughing with Lily Mack as they both collided, both going for the pass, but they kick it to Kinsey Russell, and Kinsey Russell with a strong take to the rim. Drops in the two. Kinsey Russell having herself a game. 8 points, couple steals, couple deflected passes that have turned into steals. Ellen Hart baseline drive, right-handed floater, no good. Rebound pulled in by Fury. Arrows up ahead. Remmers backing up towards the midcourt line, now feeds it to Thury on the right wing. Very hassled by Kirky. Has to get her left arm just to get Kirky to give her a little bit of breathing room. Good defense by Kirky. Kinsey Russell trying to turn in and drive on Olson. Tied up, now kicks it out. Olson thought about three, kicks it back up top for Andy Olson. Olson, Euro step in the baseline, throws it off the front iron right into the hands of Kirky. Emery Larson with a long pass up ahead to Molly Olson. Left block look from Olson. Up and no good. Kinsey Russell there for the board. 4:30 to play, 34-17. Arrows looking to extend their lead with a Remmers three. That is no good. Bauer there for the Rebound as she forces it up ahead to Ellen Hart. Hart swings back to Bauer across the midcourt line. Left wing look, Emery Larson. That's no good. Off the side iron. Larson just can't get that rhythm. It will come. Long pass up ahead, and another and one opportunity as Lily Mack draws the contact from Larson, and Lily Mack having a huge second half here. She's got 7 points and a chance to make it 8. In this second half, that is. She's got 10 points total. And the free throw is good. Wonderful play from Lily Mack. And a timeout will be taken by Chad Rohde of the Watertown Arrows. Acres ahead can maximize your farm's earning potential straight from the start. Contact your local Agtegra cooperative today. 37-17. Arrows lead with 4:06 left in the third quarter. Back in 30 seconds on KGFX.
Located on Pleasant Drive in Pierre, South Dakota. At the quarter station, grab your favorite hot and cold beverages and snacks while filling your vehicle up with Cenex brand gasoline. The quarter station also features a super tunnel car wash to keep your vehicle sparkling clean. At the crossing, grab a cold beverage and check out their selection of appetizers while watching the Stanley County Buffaloes and Pierre Governors live on their big screen televisions. Best of luck to all area students from the quarter station and the crossing.
For over 70 years, Pitt's Design Build has earned our reputation locally for serving communities across South Dakota. We provide design and building services for schools, hospitals, churches, commercial offices, multifamily housing, and so much more. Pitt's Design Build is conveniently located in Pierre, Mitchell, and Sioux Falls to serve you and your organization. We bring value to our clients by facilitating the design and/or construction process. Give us a call today and check us out at pittsdesignbuild.com for a free building consultation.
Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box. Owyhee Federal Credit Union, where they treat you like you own the place, because you do.
Arrows, they trail by 7 to open up this second half. Now at 3:43, it's 37-17. Jordan Kirky finds a look, steps underneath the elbow, throws it in halfway down and out. Tough shot. Nice rebound there from Torrance Tipton, and a foul is called. And it looks like they'll get Zoe Bauer with the contact. That'll be her first. Arrows will inbound to Zoe Bauer, the only one back kind of tracking defense. She's bouncing around like a June bug. And Zoe Bauer and Ellen Hart team up for a strip and steal. Nearly thrown away, and was thrown away as Kinsey Russell tracks down a loose ball. The pass was intended for Kirky, but deflected by who else but Kinsey Russell. Russell working at the top of the key. Hassle by Olsen. Kicks it off to Tipton. Tipton back up top, long two on the way. Off the front iron, no good. Zoe Bauer comes out of it and draws a foul. Tipton was trying to catch up to Bauer. She made her way up the floor. He's thin. And with 3 minutes left in this third quarter, Emery Larson will check in for Jordan Kirky. Just feel like if the Governor girls want to come back and cover up this 20-point deficit, they're going to have to get something from Emery Larson, who is still held scoreless. Larson playing with 3 fouls, hasn't been able to knock down a 3 just yet. A couple good looks, a couple long looks. As Alex Ludeman with a nice ball fake, drives the lane and finishes with the left hand. How about Ludeman with a nice bucket there? Arrows back to work on offense. Floated up top for Remmers. Alex Odakoven has just scored a 2, so it's 3-1, and another 3-point potential play here for the Arrows as Jordan Remmers floats it in and draws the contact. She's already had one of those in the second half. Just to extend it to the largest lead of the day for the Arrows. This would get them up into the 40s. Remmers eyes and fires and knocks down. Good day of free throw shooting for the Watertown Arrows. They're 7 of 9 from the line. And 3 of those makes have come on 3-point plays. Another pass stolen away. Torrance Tipton this time, the thief for the Arrows. Jordan Remmers across midcourt. Kicks to her right for Gabby Olson. Olson picks up at the top of the key. Swings to Tipton on the left wing. Tipton trying to knife through two defenders. Splits them beautifully and soft touch off the glass. Gets it to fall in. Tipton's got 3. It's 42-19. Inside feed for Olson. That's deflected and stolen. Remmers again up ahead. Into the lane. Off the glass. That one too strong. Olson pulls away the rebound for the Govs. Up ahead. Almost carried, but able to dribble it. Very savvy. And a very savvy play from Olson. Throws it off the left knee of Lily Mack. Ellen Hart will check out. 5 on the floor for the Govs. Ludeman Larson, Yost Olson, and Zoe Bauer, who's inbounding. Bauer looking, floating in for Ludeman. That was behind her head and somehow rolled into the hands of Emery Larson. Larson steps in the lane. She draws the foul, and now Larson can end this scoreless streak here with 2 free throws upcoming. Very rare you see Emery Larson held scoreless this late in a ball game. Sure she'll change that here. He rattles in the first. Larson holding up a couple fingers, letting her teammates know what the play is defensively. Second on the way, curls in. Nice little bit of side spin for Larson as she knocks down both. Kirky will check back in. Alex Ludeman to the bench. 21-point lead here with 1:28 to play in the third quarter. Governor's going to have to start finding some offense. But the offensive push here from Watertown has been so good in the third quarter. 3-point attempt. No good, but there to clean it up was Andy Olson. Nobody underneath the basket for the Govs to claim that rebound. Olson said, I'll take it. Andy Olson makes it 44-21. Zoe Bauer now has her lane cut off by Russell. Inside take by Olson. No good on the first attempt. Fouled on the second. So the Govs continue to get to the free throw line, trying to chip in to this deficit. Olson still the leading scorer for the Govs. All 8 of her points have come in the first half. There were 58.9. She misses the first. 9 of 13 are the Pierre Governor girls from the free throw line. All intents and purposes, a good afternoon shooting. Quick update from Pierre. Looks like Watertown's going to get away with the win, leading 74-46 in the final minute of the fourth quarter. They will dribble out the clock and pick up another win on a very good season. Olson uncharacteristically misses both, but gets her own rebound, draws another foul in the lane. And this will be Gabby Olson with the contact. So she'll be right back where she just was, a little deja vu for Molly Olson. I'd be hard-pressed to believe she'll miss both of these. 3 dribbles, a deep breath, and a fire for Olson as she splashes in the first. Olson toes 44-22, 22-point deficit for the Govs. Second free throw is good for Olson. Arrows with a couple quick passes in the backcourt. Get it across the midcourt line. Andy Olson stepping inside, turns and kicks. Stem Weddle swings it to her right. Right wing 3, no good for the Arrows. Rebounded strong, put up by Lily Mack, who's having maybe the best second half of her season. Another 2-point bucket for Lily Mack. And she's got 10 points in this second half alone. Olson backing up into the corner, now drives, loses the handle right into the hands of Gabby Olson. Olson quickly up ahead to Mack. Mack hits the brakes, guarded by Bauer, traversing across the midcourt line. 10 seconds on the game clock. Mack turns and drives the corner, steps through. Beautiful little Euro step. Couldn't get the bucket to fall. Rebound pulled in. And it's Ellie Fury who has it ripped away by Jasmine Yost. And that's the end of the third quarter. Fourth quarter upcoming here on KGFX 46-23. Arrows lead, 8 minutes to play after this.
Wagner Auto Company, South Dakota.
DRG Media Group Sports is the official voice of the Pierre Governors.
Our hash mark over the middle and wide open at the 30-yard line. Carter shuffle by and touchdown. Here's Olsen, plenty of time, 3 seconds, gets to shoot, and it's good for 3.
From football, volleyball, and soccer to basketball, wrestling, and softball, follow the Pierre Governors on the official voice of the Govs, River 92.7, and also on the River 92.7 page of the DRG News smartphone app and drgnews.com.
Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union Press Box. Owyhee Federal Credit Union, where they treat you like you own the place, because you do.
1 quarter left in the regular season here for the Pierre Governor girls. They trail by 23, 46-23 on our Wagner Auto scoreboard. As the Arrows will start with this fourth quarter possession. We do have some good news. Alex Otakoven with a 3-1 championship match win takes home the crown for the Pierre Governors. Congratulations to Alex Otakoven, Alex Ota Chaos, as we like to call him during our soccer broadcasts. Quick foul by Jasmine Yost as they brought it across midcourt. That'll be her third. So Bauer almost coming up with a steal. And it's kicked into the corner. Kinsey Russell drives in the lane and in off the window. Tough finish for Kinsey Russell. Another 2-point bucket for her. Gives her 8 in the game. 48-23. Arrows cruising right along. Ollie Olsen thought about 3 from the left wing. Steps a couple steps inside the arc. No good on the shot. Kirky there for the rebound. Draws the foul as she goes back up. So we'll see if Kirky can knock down a couple free throws. Keep the good day from the line going for Pierre. Kirky's first on the way is off the front left section of the rim. No good. Second up and coming and good. Kirky splashes it in perfectly. Last thing you want if you're the Pierre Governors is to really thwart any comeback opportunity by a running clock. And a reach and foul called against, I believe, Jasmine Yost again. That is Yost, and that is her fourth. 2 team fouls for the Govs, 1 for the Arrows here in the fourth quarter, 7:19 to play. Lily Mack kicking into the right side corner for Andy Olsen. Olsen spits it back up top for Remmers. Remmers splits 2 defenders. Zoe Bauer jars it free into the hands of Kirky. Cubs running up ahead with numbers. Bounce pass through, picked off by Kinsey Russell. Another steal by Russell and another foul. This time Zoe Bauer, and that will be her third. So the Govs fouls piling up here in the first minute of the fourth quarter. They've already got 3 with 59 seconds gone. It's just kind of part of that stringent defense that the Governor girls play with. Remmers picks up the dribble on the right wing, trying to float it into Kinsey Russell. What a save by Kirky. Diving out of bounds, taps it backhanded into Molly Olsen. Pass deflected out of play by Kinsey Russell again. It'll stay with the Govs, but man, what an effort play from the newly turned 17-year-old Jordan Kirky. We mentioned it was her birthday, I believe yesterday, or at least that's when she was celebrated by her friends and family with the banner. Larson on the left wing, swings to the right wing for Olsen. Olsen eyeing up a 3 and dropping it in. Big bucket for Molly Olsen. 48-27, lead still 21 for the Arrows. Remmers wanted a foul, didn't get it. She kicks it into the corner for Russell. Russell drives baseline, goes up. No good off the window. Pulls down her own rebound. Again goes up. No good that time around. Fight for the loose ball. A scramble. Jasmine Yost comes away with it. Yost up ahead, veering off to her right, and is pushed off the ball by Jordan Remmers. That'll be the second team foul here in the fourth quarter for Remmers. That'll be her third. Jasmine Yost playing with 4. Zoe Bauer and Emery Larson playing with 3 fouls each. Larson will control on the right wing. As we go under the 6-minute mark, Molly Olson will draw a foul. And that will be called against Kinsey Russell. So that'll be Russell's third. I'm not sure if the seed points will get them there, but the Watertown Arrows, especially in these last couple games, making a strong statement for why they should have a chance to dance. Of course, we won't know until everything goes final tonight as Olsen misses the first free throw. Where everybody sits, those coveted 16 spots. 8 teams headed to the state tournament. Governor Girls were there last year. What an accomplishment that was by Kirk Bebout and his team. Second free throw, no good for Olsen. Jordan Remmers drives it in, backs it out, floats it inside. Controlled by Andy Olsen. She swings to the near side corner. Allie Mack faking the 3, throws up the floater, no good. And Olsen comes away with the board. Arrows reset, wide open 3 on the way. No, Ellie Fury gave it up. Turns and hands to Lily Mack. They go back up top. I think the Arrows perfectly content with using some of this clock, just waning down these final couple minutes. It's a drive from Fury. Had it jarred free for the moment, but then throws it in. That's a good, strong finish from Ellie Fury, who gets her 4th points. We've got a timeout taken by the Watertown Arrows. Our timeouts are sponsored by AgTegra. Acres Ahead can maximize your farm's earning potential straight from the start. Contact your local AgTegra cooperative today. 5:21 to play. Back at 30 seconds on KGFX.
Taking care of your... Welcome to Bowie Foods at Al's Oasis Plaza. My great-grandfather, Gus Bowie, opened the first store in 1905. I'm R.F. Bowie, the president of Bowie Foods. We aren't your typical store. You'll find everything you need for your family. You'll save money, and I promise you're going to enjoy your grocery shopping experience. We carry a lot of locally produced products and some things you just aren't going to find anywhere else. South Dakota owned, family owned, Bowie Foods.
Briggs Trucking and Construction in Fort Pierre provides
back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union press box. Owyhee Federal Credit Union, where they treat you like you own the place, because you do. Welcome back to the Owyhee Federal Credit Union press
State
box.
Wrestling we just announced. If you're just joining us, Alex Odakoven for the Pierre Governor Boys Wrestling team has won his state championship match. Congratulations to Odakoven. What a great young man, great wrestler. As Jordan Kirky will inbound here for the Pierre Governor girls along the Watertown baseline. Jasmine Yost bringing it up the backcourt. Stutter steps, shakes free of Andy Olsen, loses the dribble, but her momentum carried her to it. Kirky on the left elbow, turning and spinning in the lane. Goes up with the right hand, no good. Fury able to come away with the board. Andy Olsen across midcourt, swings to Mack and right through her hands. As Jordan Kirky goes tumbling, she and Emery Larson share a nice laugh. Brenna Bushbaum will check in. Kirky will take a seat. Olsen will inbound from the left corner, right in front of the Watertown bench. Arrows on their way to their 4th win of the season. They currently sit in a tie with Brookings at 17th on the Class AA standings. What a gorgeous pass from Zoe Bauer to Molly Olsen. Olsen got by the defender, turned the corner on her, and off the right block, got it to go for the 2. 50-29, Arrows comfortably out in front. One last gas Pierre for the Pierre Governors with 4.5 to play. Kinsey Russell, stutter step, baseline drive, draws the foul. This will, believe it or not, be the first foul of the game for Molly Olsen when it feels like everybody's been drawing at least one. Kinsey Russell looking to add on to what has been a great day She's been good offensively. She's got 10 points, now make it 11. But she has been a thorn in the side of the Pierre Governor's offense. Getting near double-digit steals, ton of deflections that have turned into steals, and she just knocked down both free throws. Jasmine Yost will bring it forward. Kicks to the left wing for Bauer. Bauer up top for Bushbaum. Watertown defense hasn't given up at all, and here's another steal from Kinsey Russell. She beats Olsen to the rim, and Russell lays it in for another bucket. Kinsey Russell, have a day. Bauer across midcourt. Down inside for Bushbaum. Bushbaum contacted hard. Governor fans here wanted a foul, didn't get it. But they will get the possession back, and now Lily Mack is sprinting to the Watertown sideline with her right hand kind of cupped over her nose as if she's got some blood leaking out. She's headed straight back to the locker room. So we hope that Lily Mack is all right. Talk about a good second half she's having. Jordan Remmers alongside Lydia Stemwettle. Stemwettle checks in for Mack while she gets tended to by the training staff of the Arrows as Jasmine Yost inbounds here along the baseline after the play went out of bounds off of the Arrows on the Bushbaum miss. They force feed it inside. Molly Olsen is going to get contacted, and a foul will be called on the floor. So no shots upcoming. Now both teams with 4 team fouls in the fourth quarter. So Yost will reset and do it again. Yost quickly into Bushbaum. Bushbaum off the contact, no good. Olsen there for the rebound. Can't get the putback to go, and ripping it free was Andy Olsen. Olsen brings it across midcourt. Inside Kinsey Russell off the contact. No good as that ball bounces twice along the back iron, and another whistle and another foul. And this looks like it's going to go against Pierre, which means free throws for the Arrows. And foul will be whistled on Alex Ludeman. It's Ludeman, Olsen, Yost, Hart, and Bushbaum in the game for the Govs. A couple of exciting up-and-coming players on the floor for Pierre right now as Ellie Fury misses the third free throw. She's got a good spirit about it, laughing it off with her teammates as Andy Olsen will check out of the ball game, and coming in is Emma Olsen. Talk more about it in our Family Dental of Pierre and Gettysburg post-game show coming up after the conclusion of this one. Ellie Fury splits the pair. They've only missed 3 free throws by my count today. Good day from the line for the Arrows. Alex Ludeman driving down the left side of the lane. Turns and kicks out. Bushbaum's got it outside the arc. Into the right side corner. Olsen eyeing up a 3. Pump fakes, steps, drops back, picks up the dribble, and swings it up to Yost. Yost pickpocketed and fouled as she started to drive down the lane. That was Emma Olsen with a bit too much contact on the reach-in. So now Yost looks for her first points of the ball game with free throws. First one on the way. A little bit off to the left, no good. Been a lot of free throws today. 10 of 13 from the line are the Arrows. 12 of 19 are the Pierre Governor girls. Make it 12 of 20. Yost can't hit either. Arrows come away with the rebound, but the defense of the Govs not giving up, letting up one bit. You know, Kirk Bebout loves to see that. Molly Olsen steps in between a pass intended for Kinsey Russell, deflects it out of play into the Arrows bench. Blattmeyer will check back in. Jasmine Yost heads to the bench. Gets a couple high fives as she makes her way down the line. Lydia Stemwettle will inbound up top. Gabby Olsen's got it. Still no sign of Lily Mack on the Arrows bench. She had to leave a couple minutes ago with a potential bloody nose. Olsen ripping it away. Into the lane. Molly Olsen off the glass and good. Tough bucket for Molly Olsen, but she makes those in her sleep. 55-31. Watertown has this one all but in hand with 2.5 to play. There's no quit in this Governor girls team. As they continue to fight like this is the first quarter. Kinsey Russell spinning in the lane, and Olsen's arm contacts the shoulder of Kinsey Russell as she goes up for the bucket. Couldn't hit it, but free throws upcoming. So Kinsey Russell looking to add to her 14-point total. First one on the way. A little bit off the mark to the left. Alice Rapp and Faith Bomberger head to the scorer's table. Ludeman and Molly Olsen will head to the Governor bench. Good round of applause for those two. Russell's second on the way is up and good. So Kinsey Russell with 15 points in the ball game has the Arrows out in front, 56-31. And Kinsey Russell, another steal. Russell pulls up from the elbow. Good look, but nothing to show for it as Mackenzie Flottmeyer comes away with the miss. Flottmeyer spinning pivot foot finally finds Ellen Hart. Flottmeyer across midcourt, up ahead to Bomberger. Bomberger loses the handle, and another Kinsey Russell steal. Man, if we had $1 for every time we said that, we could take care of the whole crew's post-game meal here today. Quick stop in action for a substitution, and Callie Ellis will check in for the Arrows, as will Riley Henning for the first time tonight. Ellen Hart will check out. As we mentioned, Alice Rapp and Bomberger checking in, and for the first time tonight as well, Liza Janicki into the ball game. She wasn't even listed on the varsity roster until a couple weeks ago, but Janicki has shown some great play in the underclassmen games throughout this season. Another really bright spot for Kirk Bebout in this program moving forward. Comes a drive from Callie. That's up no good. Flottmeyer there to claim the loose ball. 90 seconds to play here in the fourth quarter. Push bomb off to Alice Rapp on the right wing. Flottmeyer, three on the way. Off the front iron, no good. Janicki almost tracks down the rebound, but she lets Faith Bomberger have it. So Bomberger gets into the stat sheet. Janicki, she wants three. Might have been deflected on the release. Right in her face was Callie Ellis that came up well short. So Ellis with a nice defensive play. Stopping a good three-point shooter. Another quick stop here in action as three more subs come in for the Arrows. Well, you take Mackenzie Flottmeyer out of the equation. You look down on the floor right now for the Pierre Governors. You're kind of seeing the future. Alice Rapp, Liza Janicki, two freshmen alongside another freshman on the floor. As this one rolls through the legs of the Arrows and out of play. You can even go further than that. Look at freshman Zoe Bauer. The minutes she's put in defensively and offensively for this Pierre Governor team. Ellen Hart, just a sophomore, still kind of the same way. Liza Janicki wants three. No good on the shot. Nice rebound by Bushbaum. Couldn't get the putback out of bounds on the Arrows. So this will separate the shot clock and the game clock by 3.6 seconds. Time for a couple more possessions here as we close out the regular season. Kenzie Flottmeyer, top of the key, swings to Bomberger on the right wing. Bomberger driving baseline, picks up the dribble, gets into a tie-up. And that'll be a foul. So a reach-in foul called against the Arrows. That'll be on number 35, Miss Torrance Tipton. Now Faith Bomberger can really get into the stat sheet. She can get on the score sheet here with these two free throws. Both teams in the bonus. Bomberger leaves the first one a bit short. As we mentioned, stick around for the Family Dental of Pierre and Gettysburg post-game show. Some more scores to bring in. As we'll take one final look at these regular season standings, and we'll see how it all shakes out tonight. Second free throw was no good. Janicki was able to track down the rebound, couldn't get the layup to go. Governors keep it alive on offense. Final 15 seconds. We'll see if they can get a bucket. Mackenzie Flottmeyer drawing the foul in the lane on the left-handed shot. Looks like they'll get Emmy Berglund on the foul. So Flottmeyer, one of the prized seniors, looking for two free throws here. As the first one's on the way and no good. We'll have to see Flottmeyer just knock this last one down. As sure the arrows will just hold on for the final 12.3. Second on the way for Flottmeyer. In and out, no good. Bushbaum with the rebound. Bushbaum has her shot blocked. Into the corner they go, controlled by Callie Ellis. Ellis dribbles it off the top of the shoe. Underhand shoves it up to Berglund. Cross-court pass. Three-pointer at the buzzer for Torrance Tipton is no good. And we have gone final 55-31. Arrows gets the win. Oh, it was a closer game in the first half, but the Arrows' spark in the third quarter was what helped them stretch out the lead, and they never looked back on their way to their fourth win on the season. They will finish the year 4-16. Governor Girls will finish the regular season 5-15, and as I mentioned, I'll just wait for the final standings. We'll recap all of it for you in more depth in our Family Dental of Pierre and Gettysburg post-game show coming up here after this short break on KGFX and drgnews.com.
Dr. Ryan and his team at Family Dental in Pierre and Gettysburg would like to thank their wonderful patients for allowing us to treat their whole family, from infants to elders and everyone in between, including routine dental care, same-day crowns and bridges, implants, and many more procedures. We are excited that soon we'll be able to offer IV sedation. We are excited for what the future will bring. Call 224-7774 to schedule an appointment today. Again, thank you to all our wonderful patients.
There's an app for everything, including high school sports, from the stations of DRG Media Group. Download the DRG News app from the App Store or Google Play. It takes only a moment, so you'll have it in time for this game. See live and archive video of all games. And when you select your favorite station during the live stream, the video will immediately pop up. See Central South Dakota high school sports on your phone or mobile device with the DRG News app. Download it now from the App Store or Google Play.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, BankWest has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. BankWest Associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose BankWest. BankWest, convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Do you dream of a custom home built within your budget and done on time? Kruger Contracting can make that dream a reality. They're a trusted home builder since 2003, and they're going to be upfront and open about cost and transparent about where your money is going when it comes to your new home. Their skilled crew will manage construction of your new home from start to finish. They're located in Pierre and can build your home in Pierre, Fort Pierre, or the surrounding area. Call 605-222-2523. Visit KrugerContracting.com or find Kruger Contracting on Facebook.
Do you love watching high school sports but find yourself wanting to be more involved? LiveTicket.tv has the solution for you. They're looking for production managers to assist for this school year. Duties include the management of equipment as well as basic technological understanding. But don't stress, paid training will be provided. Part-time wages starting at $20 per hour. Call 833-605-LIVE, extension 2. That's 833-605-5483, extension 2. And punch your ticket to joining one of the fastest growing companies in South Dakota.
Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre is here for you. They make it easy when looking for a new vehicle, getting all available vehicle information so you can spend less time researching and more time enjoying your purchase. Shop their extensive inventory from home at CapitalCityFordToyota.com or stop into Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota, 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Count on them for all your service needs with convenient scheduling and in-stock parts. Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre, 605-224-7378.
Superior Concrete is proud to sponsor the Governors this season and just as proud to offer the finest concrete solutions available for commercial and residential applications as well as foundation and flat work. The bottom line, if you need anything done with concrete, we can do it. Superior Concrete. Give us a call today for an estimate or more information. That's Superior Concrete. Find us on Facebook or call the office at 605-494-0102. That's 494-0102. Call today.
From the early days of South Dakota statehood through today's digital revolution, BankWest has remained committed to helping customers and communities succeed. Bankwest Associates uphold this commitment by developing innovative products, tailoring financial solutions to customer needs, and actively supporting community causes. For a bank committed to helping you and your community prosper, choose Bank West. Bank West. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Welcome to the Family Dental of Pierre and Gettysburg post-game show. Hello, everybody. Justin Cowart coming to you on a snowy Saturday here in Watertown. Final score of this final regular season game, 55-31. Arrows get the win. As we kind of dive into this matchup, it was a close game in the early going, 14-9. Watertown took the first quarter lead, as it was pretty apparent that the Watertown defense was coming to play today. And we said this in the pregame show. This is a Watertown team that you shouldn't look at their record and make your assumptions off of that. They have played much better basketball than a 4-16 record would have you believe, especially over the last couple of days. Close loss to Aberdeen Central, close loss to Huron. His team have been playing better and better up to this point, and boy, did they prove that today. After that 14-9 first quarter lead, it was 22-15 to head to the halftime break, and then the third quarter happened, and Lily Mack got to work. She hit a 2-point bucket, then hit a 3, then got a 3-point play, all in the span of just a couple of minutes. Kinsey Russell with a couple more steals, and the Watertown Arrows were just off and running in the third quarter. They went on a 10-0 scoreless run to start that second half, and, well, it was all that they could do to just kind of fend off a really scrappy Pierre Governor girls team that likes to play their defense physically. And there was a lot of whistles today, a lot of free throws taken today. And Watertown was really good at the line. Pierre was pretty good at the line. They did miss 10, but they made 12. So going 12 of 22 from the stripe. The Watertown Arrows, by my count, only missing 4, making 11 of their free throws, making that 11 of 15 from the stripe here today. We kind of figured that free throws would play a role. It wasn't the decider in this game, but Watertown was better from the charity stripe in a pretty tightly called game. So you knew you were going to get a lot of whistles, knew you had to play clean. And, well, Pierre, their MO is, hey, we're going to get in your face. We're going to hassle you defensively. We're going to force you to make plays and hit shots. And, well, the whistle just it's not that it was – the officials called this game evenly both ways. That's all you can ask for. But after coming off of a game against the Rough Riders last night, which was just that, indeed rough, you kind of had to shift your focus and shift your game plan a little bit, knowing that there would be whistles. But a well-officiated game by our officials here today. It's just a completely different kind of feel from what it was just a couple hours ago last night in Riggs High Gym. Watertown, as we mentioned, went on that 10-0 run to start the third quarter, never looked back. They built up a 20-point lead going into the fourth frame, and as we mentioned, would go on to win at 55-31 as the final minutes on this regular season clocked away. Looking at some individual scoring, the Watertown Arrows were led by Lily Mack, who had 13 points, 10 of which came in the second half, and also led by Kinsey Russell, who finished the game with 15 total points, 9 of which came in that second half. Watertown really turned it up in that third quarter, which helped them get to the win here today. Ellie Fury finishing with 5, Andy Olson finishing with 7 for Watertown, Torrance Tipton finishing with 3, Callie Ellis with 2, Gabby Olson also with 3, and don't forget Jordan Remmers had a couple of 3-point plays the old-fashioned way, finishing the game tonight with 9. Emery Larson's 2 points came off of 2 made free throws, just couldn't get it going from the outside. Tough gym to get situated with and get acquainted with in terms of depth perception in that regard. So she finished with 2, Ellen Hart finishing with 2, Alex Ludeman, Mackenzie Flotmeyer finishing with 2 each, Jordan Kirky with 3, Morena Bushbaum with 1, and Molly Olson, another Molly Olson-like performance, 17 points, 1 made 3 and a couple made free throws. But the kind of the factor in this game was the Watertown defense. They never let any pass go unattended. They never let any pass go not deflected. It felt like every single Pierre Governor girls offensive possession, there was one pass that was deflected by the Arrows defense. They were in the Governor girls' face all afternoon, and I'm sure their head coach, Chad Rohde, said, hey, you got one final regular season game left. You're tied at 17 right now in the Class AA standings. We don't know what's going to happen around the state. We don't know what's going to happen with seed points. All that we can control is what's right in front of us. and that is the game today, and they sure played with that mentality. And I'm sure that it is extremely difficult for the Pierre Governor girls to play such an emotional game last night, last home game for these four seniors, and a game that was so close all the way throughout. Emery Larson giving this Governor girls team heartbeats of life, as did Molly Olson in the final minutes of that fourth quarter, but falling at home 56-51, then having to turn around, get on the bus real early this morning, take a long road trip out to Watertown and play an afternoon game in some nasty weather. You know, it's a tough way to turn around. And like I said, last night was just that, an emotional game, an emotional loss, but Governor girls really felt like they had hit their stride, really felt like they had found something, and well, it just simply did not carry over to today. But if there was one thing that the Governor girls did today, it was play hard, and play hard they did. Now, we don't believe this will be the last Governor girls broadcast of the season. It'll certainly not be our last road broadcast of the season. If they do make it inside that top 16, they will be going on the road, whether they're a 16 seed going to the 1 or a 15 seed going to the 2. Either way, it's going to be a tough matchup with O'Gorman and Brandon Valley sitting at the top, both teams that have beaten the Pierre Governor girls this season, but it is sit and wait, so make sure you stay tuned to drgnews.com for all the final standings. As we take a look around the state at some scores going on today in Class AA, the Pierre Governor boys, as we mentioned, fell earlier this afternoon to Watertown at home. Final score there was 74-45. Sioux Falls, Washington leading Rapid City Central at the end of the first half in the boys game at 31-22. The rest of the matchups between Sioux Falls, Jefferson, and R.C. Stevens yet to get underway, as has Yankton and Douglas and Spearfish and Brookings. On the girls' side, just about every game has gone final but one. Sioux Falls, Washington beat Rapid City Central 53-37. Good one between Stevens and Jefferson. Stevens getting the win at 63-56. We know how good both of those teams are. Yankton beat Douglas 52-18. And Spearfish and Brookings are at the end of the first half, Spearfish leading 30-16. Well, folks, it has been a very, very fun regular season, and we're not done yet. Just wanted to say thanks to everybody who tuned into KGFX all year long. If, and we don't believe it is, but if this is our final broadcast of Pierre Governor girls basketball this season, what a season it has been. Really enjoyed getting to know not only the players, but the parents and the coaches. Everybody has been kind as can be. And we want to make sure that you get home safely. It's snowing hard out there in Watertown. It's not an easy drive once you get past the halfway mark, so take it slow. And the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety reminds you, don't veer for deer. It starts with you. You've got someplace to be. We might be able to change that one up today. Be nice to the ice. You've got someplace to be. Get back to Pierre, as it is slick and slushy and icy out there on the roads. Of course, we've got more regional and state coverage coming up on our airwaves throughout the next couple of weeks. So download the DRG News app. Bounce around from game to game, as there's going to be some great basketball being played across the airwaves of Star 99, KMLO, KPLO, which has our state wrestling coverage today with Brian Oakland on the call. And, of course, hopefully on River 92.7 and, of course, KGFX, as we'll have Class A and B. And, like we said, hopefully some Class AA postseason coverage to bring you. But download that DRG News app, bounce around from game to game, make your listening experience much more streamlined and much more enjoyable. Well, we got a T-shirt to give out. Let's hand it out. But first, let's hear our sponsor from our player of the game, brought to you by Bauman Lumber.
When you need building supplies, there's no need to go anywhere except to Bauman Lumber in Fort Pierre. Bauman Lumber is locally owned and offers quality products, expert advice, free estimates, and free local delivery for large or small projects. Whether it's a home improvement project, remodel job, or all new construction, they even welcome special orders. Quality building materials and affordable prices for residential or commercial projects can be found at Bauman Lumber, 1223 Sale Barn Road, Fort Pierre, or call 223-9762.
And today's Bauman Lumber player of the game goes to Kinsey Russell. She led the Arrows in scoring with 15, also led them in steals, getting into double digits there. Also some deflected passes defensively that made life hard on the Pierre Governors. She was the factor in today's game that got the Arrows the win. And, congratulations again to the Watertown Arrows, who put some great fight in their final regular season game to get to 4 wins. And this shirt could have gone a lot of different ways for both teams. Of course, Lily Mack had 13 points. Probably would have had more if she didn't have to exit the game with that banged-up nose. Molly Olson had 17 points, but Kinsey Russell was the difference maker, and she was the Bauman Lumber player of the game. Again, for the final time, we'll look at our Class AA standings. Remind you that Pierre is sitting currently at 5-15 in 15th place. This is not updated yet. Watertown tied for 17th. Of course, with the rest of these games about to go final, they will have those matchups and standings and everything released for you, and we'll have that. It'll probably be decided by the time we get back to the state capitol. So make sure you stay tuned to drgnews.com at the local sports page. We'll release those standings, release those matchups, and hopefully there's a Pierre Governor P in the boys and girls Class AA brackets. I want to give a big thanks to all of our great sponsors for helping us broadcast Pierre Governor basketball here today at Bank West, Beck Motors, Dakota Storm Roofing, Superior Concrete, Live Ticket, Overhead Door, New Edge Advisors, Avera Orthopedics, Capital City Ford Lincoln Toyota, Kruger Contracting, Century Business Products, the Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, Dakota Mart, TMA, First Dakota National Bank, May Adam Law Office, Edward Jones, Avera St. Mary's Hospital, Wegner Auto, Ag, Xander Auto Parts, American Bank and Trust, Kathy Sun and Shine Properties, Oahe Federal Credit Union, Ramkota Hotel and Conference Center, Dakota Plains Federal Credit Union, Bauman Lumber, Tokyo Hibachi and Sushi, and Black Hills Federal Credit Union. Of course, our pregame show is sponsored by Bank West. All timeouts are sponsored by AgTegra and the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety, making sure you get to and from the game safely. Our halftime was sponsored by CHS River Plains, our introduction of game officials by the South Dakota Attorney General's Office Division of Consumer Protection, and of course, this postgame show sponsored by Family Dental of Pierre and Gettysburg. Our player of the game was sponsored by Bauman Lumber, and one final time off our Wegner Auto scoreboard, final score, Watertown Arrows get the win, their fourth of the season, 55-31, finishing the regular season at 4-16. Pierre Governor girls fall to 5-15, and now we sit and wait. For Haley Hansen back in the studio, for Caleb Rosick on the camera, I'm Justin Cowart saying so long, have a great Saturday, get home safely, and hopefully we'll see you here on KGFX for some more postseason Pierre Governor basketball.